Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day and whatever part of the country you're in. This is Dr. Don with the Daily Light Point. I'm on a roll today. I decided to record two daily light points. We'll post one on each separate day. But there's something that comes to mind to me, and it's been kind of a focus point for me with my clients this week. And it's this premise around coaching, right? Because oftentimes, of course, we're in position not just as organizational strategists, but also we serve as executive and frontline leadership coaches, right? And developers of people or these leaders, right? And I think I need to clarify some things around what it means to be a coach, right? Because oftentimes the coaching is kind of discussed through the nicety lens and it's discussed through this motivating lens, right? And of course, we are organizational psychologists. Many people on my team are also clinical psychologists. So we balance our understanding of operational execution with human behavior, organizational behavior. But here's the thing. To be a coach doesn't always mean that we're leaning into just the niceties and just the motivation, the positive motivation. We're going to trigger the tools necessary to drive improvement in behavior, how we engage, how we interact, how we make decisions that impact how we show up, how we perform. When you think about a coach and you think about their role from through the sports lens, right? There's those one-on-one opportunities where the coach is going to point to and trigger those motivating factors or those points of influence that drive an improvement in that player's performance. But then there's also those times where the coach is going to apply critical and constructive feedback. Sometimes the coach is going to make you do laps as a form of not only exercise, but creating discipline around this thing that they're trying to reinforce. Sometimes you're going to have to do push-ups on behalf of the team because someone dropped the ball or one team member failed to hold the other team members accountable around this thing that we're all trying to align or unify around. Right? It's not always about the niceties. Sometimes it's about having the difficult conversations. Think about growth process. Growth process isn't comfortable. I always tell my clients, if you don't feel uncomfortable at any phase during my or my team's work with you, we failed you. Because growth can be uncomfortable and sometimes even painful. That's not a bad thing. It's a part of this stretching our muscles, stretching our capacities, stretching us out of our comfort zones. That's a part of our growth. So anytime that you believe in your life at any point, you're kind of coasting, that you're not really being challenged, it's time to reevaluate what that looks like. Similarly, if you are serving as a leader or a coach, more specifically in someone's life, and you don't find yourself challenging them and stretching them, even when it's uncomfortable, then you have to reevaluate your approach to what that looks like. Am I really driving that person to the depth of potential that they truly have? Be okay to speak to these people with whom you are coaching and mentoring, leading, and saying, hey, we're going to have some difficult conversations along the way. Things are going to get uncomfortable. I have an obligation, a duty, a responsibility that expands beyond the niceties. When I think about organizations and leaders in organizations, with respect, with dignity, with integrity, I will challenge each and every individual because we assume a duty and a responsibility as a leader in an organization. How dare us make it about us solely? When we are impacting the lives of 50, 100, 200, 1,000, thousands of people, let alone the ripple effect of the families that are impacted by their employment. So I leave you with this. Growth comes from stretching us beyond our comfort zone. And to be stretched beyond our comfort zone means there's discomfort. There's disruption in the things that keep us comfortable. And that's okay. Lean into it, examine it, leverage it as a tool to help push through. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to our Daily Light Point. Real leaders, real talk, real time.